season's good cheer. This is my Christmas love song to you for your holiday spirit.
Welcome to Radio Bravery Live. I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. The websites are youtube.com/RadioBravery, where you may be watching me live now. RadioBravery.wixsite.com/news. Facebook.com/RadioBravery, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RadioBravery. Welcome to the show. It's December 22nd, 2017. We are only 9 days away from 2018, which will be a quickening. One of the most incredible years we will ever live, and I'm sure looking forward to it. I'm sure looking forward to continuing winning and empowering myself and gaining knowledge and expanding my horizons. This is The Quickening. This is Radio Bravery Live, and I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. Please subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. That is a beautiful Eva Cassidy bringing us in with It's Not the Presents Under the Tree. No, 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 no. It is the positivity, baby. This is Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining me live. Let's go ahead and jump into the news. The first article I'm going to cover here is from WorldNet Daily, WND.com. Big list of 167 Trump accomplishments in 334 days. Most comprehensive compilation of first-year achievements yet. This is a very in-depth article. Let's go ahead and let's go down the list. We'll try and make it quick. 167, tax reform. 166, regulatory reform. 165, climate. On December 18th, Trump removed climate change, which we all know climate changes. We all know climate is always changing. That's the only constant in climate. But if you don't agree with carbon taxes, then you're a climate denier. And so that's a very great thing to see President Trump removing climate change from the list of global threats under national security. Number 164. ISIS. 3 years ago, ISIS had made substantial progress achieving its stated goal of a caliphate, boasting tens of thousands of fighters and territorial control over an area roughly the size of South Korea. But now, under President Trump's leadership of U.S. Armed Forces, ISIS has collapsed in its Syria stronghold and in Iraq, as Northeastern professor Max Abrams and CATO Institute Director John Glasser note in a Los Angeles Times op-ed. A former foreign fighter recently admitted it's over. There is no Daesh left. And that's the Arabic term for ISIS. It's over. There is no Daesh left. And that is incredible. ISIS has basically been defeated. 163, regulatory reform. On December 14th, his administration far exceeded his promise to eliminate regulations at a 2-to-1 ratio and impose no lifetime net regulatory costs. In total, agencies issued 67 deregulatory actions while imposing only 3 new regulatory actions, a ratio of 22-to-1, not 2-to-1. That's incredible. Federal agencies also achieved $88.1 billion in lifetime net regulatory cost savings, the equivalent of $570 million per year. Number 162, jobs. 228,000 jobs just in November alone. The government also reported December 8th that unemployment was unchanged at 4.1%. That's still nearly a 17-year low. Military. Trump administration asked for a federal court December 7th for an emergency stay delay court order to begin opening the military to transgender recruits by January 1st. Israel, immigration, states' rights, immigration, tax reform, healthcare. November, stocks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average surged to more than 331 points. November 30th to close above 24,000 for the first time in history. Stocks were buoyed by the possibility of the Senate passing the Republican tax reform bill championed by President Trump. Mining increased 28.6% in the second quarter. North Korea, in response to North Korea's buildup of nuclear weapons and missiles, the communist nation was officially designated a state sponsor of terror for the first time ever by the Trump administration, November 20th. Regulation reform. Jeff Sessions announced November 17th the Department of Justice will cease the practice initiated by Obama of issuing guidance memos to enact new regulations that sometimes had the effect of changing federal laws. Trump issued a memorandum November 16th determining that the U.S. has enough petroleum coming from other countries other than Iran to permit a significant reduction in the volume of petroleum and petroleum products purchased from the mullah-led nation. China trade. During President Trump's visit to China in November, trade and investment deals worth more than $250 billion were announced that are expected to create jobs for American workers. Government transparency, international liberty, religious liberty, job growth, government reform. October, we've got job growth, government reform, Obamacare repeal of the mandate, consumer optimism, Iran nuclear agreement, United Nations. Heather Nauert, a State Department spokesman, announced the move will be made by the end of the year. This decision was not taken lightly and reflects U.S. concerns with mounting errors at UNESCO and the need for fundamental reform in the organization and continuing anti-Israel bias at UNESCO. Homeland Security, EPA reform, immigration, religious liberty, missile defense, religious liberty, immigration, space exploration. President Trump revived the National Space Council for the first time in 25 years to assist him in developing and implementing long-range strategic goals for the nation's space policy. Protecting life, tax reform, protecting life. September, lower courts, Canada trade, Korea trade, climate, economy, Homeland Security, North Korea, United Nations, immigration, stock markets. Through the first week of September, the Dow Jones had 34 records highs. It rose more than 1,500 points, reaching 22,400 in mid-September, a gain of $4 trillion in wealth. So I don't think I have time to go over all these, but go to WND.com and you can look at the 167 things that Trump has gotten done since he was elected. This is for all the people out there with their head in the sand asking, what has Trump done? What has Trump done? WND.com. Big list of 167 Trump accomplishments in 334 days. There you go. It's the most comprehensive list of first-year achievements ever. Then we've got this one from Infowars.com. Video, MSM forced to cover benefits of Trump tax plan. This is a compilation put together by Infowars.com. We're going to go ahead and go to that clip now. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go.
Capitol Hill, corporate America reacting quickly to the tax cut plan with several companies announcing investments and bonuses. MSNBC parent company Comcast announced it would give $1,000 bonuses to more than 100,000 employees. AT&T announced similar bonuses for around 200,000 employees. Boeing said it would make a $300 million investment in workforce training, while banks like Fifth Third and Wells Fargo are raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour, giving bonuses and donating to the community. The president was quick to...
Not one Democrat has voted for a bill that cuts taxes by $1.5 trillion. To Abby's point, if you're a working class family, a lot of people say, oh, it's only $200, oh, it's only $300. If you're a working class family living paycheck to paycheck, $200, $300 is damn good money, and you are grateful for it. Are the Democrats taking a risk? Especially those from Trump states, there's 10 Democrats up next year from Trump states.
Yeah, I mean, you've got like 40 to 60% drop in people's income taxes. Look, obviously they're being partisan and they want to try and deny this achievement and try and talk it down. And obviously you got six-figure income people on TV, no offense, just saying this is nothing. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, Joe, which is more than half the people in this country, you're making the median family income of $4, and you just got a $2,000 tax cut next year. That's not nothing. It may be nothing to somebody making $600,000. It may be nothing to somebody in New York or California, but to the families who are out there struggling today, that is something. Well, doubling the child tax credit, doubling the standard deduction, lowering rates across the board. That means a lot to a lot of people. And then almost 90% of people can fill the taxes on a postcard.
Companies, AT&T, Comcast, just a couple to name, now say that the GOP tax bill means a $1,000 bonus to all their employees. That's $300,000 between Comcast and AT&T alone. Other firms promising to hike wages for workers, hike the minimum wage, $15 at Wells Fargo and Fifth Third. What do you make of these companies stepping up already? Because there's a lot of cynicism out there about it, but what do you say to it, Congressman?
Well, there's a lot of misinformation out there, Dagan, that the left-wing media pushes that actually Democrats and Democrat leaders have pushed. We didn't know what AT&T and Qualcomm or Wells Fargo was going to do or Boeing was going to do with their investments or their Christmas gifts to their employees. We didn't see that on the horizon, but what we know is that if we give businesses more of their own money to spend the way they see fit instead of here in Washington, they do pretty cool things. They'll invest it, they'll innovate, they'll create, they'll give bonuses to the people that make their companies great. And that's exactly what we saw, and this was our point to Democrats who were thinking this was so horrible for the middle class. We said, no, this actually helps the middle class. It offers more opportunity, more upward mobility. This is the great thing that happens when people get to keep more of their own money. So I think Democrats, not only Dagan is going to eat a little crow, but I think Democrats are going to eat crow as well.
Fantastic. That is a little compilation of fake news forced to cover benefits to tax reform, bonuses, and boosting wages. That is the cause and effect of the Trump tax reform. Ooh, they really don't like that. The fake anti-American left. That's the thing, folks, is there are great people on both sides of the aisle, but really we need to come together and stop caring about political party names. Like I say every single day, I'm a classical liberal, I'm a true progressive, I'm a libertarian. I'm not a Democrat, I am not a Republican. Don't call me either, because I'm certainly not. So let's move on to this next one from yahoo.com. Sorry, I'm feeling like a little tired today, a little under the weather. Got up at 4 in the morning, help a friend out, and oh man, it's really killing me. I had to take some colloidal silver. I think I got a little bit of a sore throat. I've been kind of running myself wild. This is yahoo.com. Hot U.S. new homes market sees biggest jump in 25 years. This is from the AFP. New U.S. home sales saw their largest monthly increase in more than 25 years in November, with buyers in the fire-stricken West snatching up new homes at a rapid rate, according to government data released Friday. The increase pushed the volume of sales to a fresh 10-year record, putting the pace at its fastest since before the U.S. housing crisis erupted. So that is more incredible news on the economy, as every single day the economy just goes up and up and up and up and up. And the proof has been in the pudding, the writing's on the wall. Just do your own research, folks. It's all right there. It's all right there, and Trump is doing an incredible job, in my opinion. This is the dailymail.com. Trump signs tax cut bill and resolution to keep the government's lights on over Christmas before leaving the White House to join his family in Palm Beach. And then the next one here is even more incredible headline. Excuse me. Looks like I've got the same one twice. The Daily Mail reports that Trump is going to have a working holiday there at Mar-a-Lago. He is not just going to be celebrating, folks. He's not going to be playing golf every single day like Obama or taking selfies. He is on a working holiday because that man sleeps 4 hours a night, which I've been doing, and I can't even keep up with that man. He is incredible with the stamina and the amount of energy that guy has. It is incredibly nuts. I don't know how he does it because I cannot even keep up with 4 hours of sleep. I'm barely trying now, and this guy sleeps 4 hours a night, wakes up, works all day long. He's going to be working while he's on holiday as well. Because he doesn't stop working for our country, like it or not. That is the truth. Goes on to say here, WND.com, another WorldNet Daily article. DOJ prosecutors question FBI agents on Uranium One deal. Oh, it's about damn time. Finally, I think there's the hashtag going around, wakes or Sessions awoke or something like that, and it is about Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Justice Department prosecutors have begun asking FBI agents to explain the evidence they found in a now dormant criminal investigation into controversial Uranium One deal, which I've been talking about for months. How Hillary Clinton ordered Robert Mueller to meet on a tarmac and give a briefcase of uranium to Russians. Yeah. That's called collusion, folks. That's called evidence. That's called facts. And you don't need a special prosecutor or a special investigator to find that out. It just takes actually independent journalists. It's not that hard. So if there was actually collusion, I'm pretty damn sure it would have already come out right now between the Trump campaign and Russians. But there isn't, and there won't be. You'll never find anything about colluding with Russians because Donald Trump doesn't work for the Russians. He works for the American people, and that's just a fact. I'm sorry. I don't know why people still want to cry and keep their heads in the sand, but here you go. Department of Justice prosecutors question FBI agents on Uranium One deal. Yeah, Sessions has now ordered a probe as possible precursor to special prosecutor for Hillary Clinton is gonna get locked up. That's developing as we speak, so we're gonna continue to cover that as it unfolds. At the issue of a 2010 transaction in which the Obama administration allowed the sale of U.S. uranium from Oregon, not to mention mining facilities, to Russia's state atomic energy company. Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State at the time, and the State Department was one of 9 agencies that agreed to approve the deal after finding no threat to U.S. national security. That's collusion, folks. That is Hillary Clinton selling off our resources to the Russians in secret transactions on a tarmac right next to the airplane. That is what she did. She ordered Robert Mueller, the special investigator, to do that. So there's your colluder right there. The special counsel, Robert Mueller, he is the actual colluder with Hillary Clinton. And they're just literally in bed with Russia, like having a little sleepover, playing patty cake. That's what's going on. Now let's go to this article from the dailycaller.com. BuzzFeed's Trump dossier source gets closer and closer to being identified. A lawyer for a Russian businessman suing BuzzFeed over the infamous dossier suggested on Thursday that the website's source for the salacious document has finally been identified. Val Gurvitz, a lawyer for Russian tech businessman Alexej Gubarev, made a revelation in response to the federal magistrate judge's ruling in favor of BuzzFeed. Magistrate Judge John J. O'Sullivan ruled in a Miami court on Thursday that BuzzFeed was protected by reporter's privilege from having to identify the person who provided it with the dossier. Gubarev's lawyers have battled for months to figure out who gave BuzzFeed the unverified document, which was written by former British spy Christopher Steele and published on January 10th. The attorneys have sought to find out what BuzzFeed's source said about the veracity of the dossier. If the source told BuzzFeed that the allegations in the report were unverified, shaky, or false, Gubrev's attorneys would argue that the website was negligent in publishing Steele's allegation. So that is very incredible. Yeah, so we'll continue to follow that as they probably are going to name Peter Strzok. It's incredible as it continues to break. The dam is just breaking on the fake liberals. Now we have this one from judicialwatch.org. Judicial Watch sues FBI for records about removal of former Deputy Assistant Director Peter Strzok from Mueller operation. Uh-oh. Judicial Watch is always on the case, and they are going to get the info to the American people. Judicial Watch today filed a Freedom of Information Act request lawsuit against the Federal Bureau of Investigation for records about the removal and reassignment of Peter Strzok, a former deputy to the Assistant Director of Counterintelligence at the FBI, from the Special Counsel's investigative team led by former FBI Director Robert Mueller. Strzok also was the FBI's second-in-command of counterintelligence and chief of investigation into Hillary Clinton's illicit email server, interviewing Hillary Clinton himself on July 2nd, 2016. The lawsuit was filed in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia after the FBI failed to respond to an August 17th, 2017 FOIA request. So again, we will continue to cover that as it breaks, and the dam breaks all over Peter Strzok's face. Let's go to this next one, military.com. Marine leaders highlight Norway unit's role as deterrent to Russia. The reason why I'm covering this is because of a quote that is in the middle of this article that's hidden in there that Drudge actually drudged up on the front page of DrudgeReport.com, one of the best news aggregates in the world, the best news aggregate in the world, number 4 most influential media of all time, which in my opinion that's a false statement. He's the most influential media person of all time, next to Alex Jones. I mean, Alex Jones has 80 million people a week, and he has Matt Drudge has like a billion a month or something like that. It's incredible. The stated goals of the Marine Corps' newest rotational force in Norway are to enhance partnerships with European allies and improve the service's ability to fight in cold weather. But on a brief visit to the 300-member unit ahead of Christmas, the commandant and sergeant major of the Marine Corps both described the strategic role of the small unit fills and the fact that a peacetime mission can be a preface to combat if circumstances change. The Marine Guard base near Trondheim that houses the Marine Rotational Force was the first to stop General Robert Neller's annual Christmas tour. The stop was a new one for the tour, the first Norway rotation from 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines deployed in January, and was replaced by a new unit from 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines in late August. Neller emphasized to the Marines that they should remain ready to fight at all times, predicting a big-ass fight on the horizon and saying, quote, "I hope I'm wrong, but there's a war coming," Neller said. "You're in a fight here, an informational fight, and a political fight by your presence." Wow, that term really has gotten popular. Informational fight. Info war. Info war. Information warfare. Yeah, that is the thing, folks. And Alex Jones just nabbed that from the military 25 years ago, and he's been using it ever since as a incredible punchline for breaking news about the information war, because there's a war on for your mind. That's from military.com, and that's very troubling that we've got people in our military just openly saying, oh, there's a war coming, a big-ass fight. Just shut your mouth and stop speaking out of turn. Let's look at this article right here. Westmonster.com. This is Morrissey, the musician. Morrissey, fake news media get angry if you say something that reflects the will of the people. Yeah, yep, they sure do. Morrissey calls out fake news, quote, They get very angry if you say something that reflects the will of the people. They get very nervous. They won't allow it. They shut it down. Absolutely. I love to see Morrissey speaking out. He spoke out in defense of Trump, and now he's speaking out in defense of the American people, again saying, quote, they get very angry if you say something that reflects the will of the people. They get very nervous. They won't allow it. They shut it down. And that is Morrissey. That is a very great statement. And I love seeing real bravery and real celebrities speak out for truth and for the American people. Let's go to this one from the Telegraph, the London Telegraph, telegraph.co.uk. Facebook ditches fake news flag after admitting it was making the problem worse. Facebook is getting rid of its fake news red flags because they were making fabricated media reports appear more believable to its users. Or actually, what it probably is really saying is they were flagging real news like InfoWars, and people would go to them even more because we know you are proven liars. You have a track record of manipulating people, manipulating people's minds, manipulating people's emotions, and we're not believing your deceit anymore. So you try to fake news red flag crap, and people just want to click it more because we know you are an absolute liars. And you just need to shut your mouth, Mark Zuckerberg. Get your hands out of our lives and stop trying to be North Korea and China, and just shut the hell up. We don't care what you think. We don't care what you say is fake news. We know you're a proven certified liar, and we're sick and tired of your crap, Mark Zuckerberg. Just go to hell. The social network began showing disputed warnings next to articles in December to alert people that third-party fact-checking websites deemed them misleading. Oh, you mean like a guy and his cat who got divorced by his wife called Snopes? Yeah, that fact-checking website, bunch of losers, life's losers, still living in their basement. Shut the hell up, Snopes. You are absolutely pathetic. Nobody trusts Snopes. Nobody goes to Snopes. Snopes is a absolute joke. And yeah, you really misread that one, Facebook. You really thought that people were gonna believe Snopes red flagging articles as fake news? The fake news progenitor red flagging fake news? That's like putting CNN in charge of calling out fake news. Come on, it is absolutely absurd. So that article is on the London Telegraph. Absolutely incredible. I love to see it. I love to see people rejecting Facebook's stupid, idiot new policies that no one trusts. Here's the New York Post, nypost.com. Eric Schmidt's surprise Alphabet announcement rekindles womanizing rumors. Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like you don't get to keep leeching off our taxpayer money anymore, Eric Schmidt. So Eric Schmidt is now stepping aside as the CEO for Alphabet, Google's parent company. Eric Schmidt shocked Silicon Valley with a surprise announcement that he's stepping down as executive chairman of Google's parent company, Alphabet. Yeah, Eric Schmidt, we know you're too busy going to Bilderberg meetings and trying to run the country in secret, so just get the hell out of our lives. Just like Mark Zuckerberg, we are done with all of you. Draining the swamp. I love to see Eric Schmidt getting the hell out of Alphabet and Google. 62-year-old tycoon who, according to Google co-founder Sergey Brin, was originally tapped as CEO in 2001 to provide adult supervision for himself and Larry Page, said in a statement that he will remain as a technical advisor. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before your womanizing ass is thrown out of Google completely, Eric Schmidt. Absolutely love it. Draining that Google swamp right there. Here's another one, more swamp drain from thehill.com. Frankenstein to resign. Franken resign. Yep, Al Franken is now resigning. He's finally announced January 2nd he will be resigning, as it has come out that he is a sexual assaulter. He sexually assaults women while they're sleeping. And yeah, Franken came under fire last month after multiple women accused him of inappropriately touching them One woman said the comedian turned politician forcibly kissed and groped her while she was asleep. Yeah, that's what rapists do, and that's the first step that leads you to rape, Al Frankenstein. So just scurry on. We're done with you. We're done with you. Oh, it's real nice just draining these absolute scumbags out of the swamp. Let's go to this one from Zero Hedge, a renowned website that I just absolutely love. Is California already in recession? Uh-oh. When it comes to the health of this state's economy, California Governor Jerry Brown has been walking on eggshells this year. Twice each year, once in January and again in May, Governor Jerry Brown warns Californians that the economic prosperity of their state has enjoyed in recent years but won't last forever. Brown attaches his admonishments to the budget he proposes to the legislature. He proposes to the legislature the initial one in January and a revised version 4 months later. Let's see, hold on here. But yeah, that is a headline. Is California already in recession? Very interesting story there. Brown's latest issued last May cited uncertainty about turmoil in the national government, urged legislators to plan for and save for tougher budget times ahead. He added, by the time the budget is enacted in June, the economy will have finished its 8th year of expansion, only 2 years shorter than the longest recovery since World War II. Yeah, so that is not very good for California, as they are nearing recession levels in their economy. Probably has to do maybe with like 80% of Hollywood being a bunch of rapists and pedophiles. I don't know. Here's another one from IOHUD. I am so sick of white guys coloring book. Hits a nerve. Jim Corbett wants to help political Democrats and progressives cope with the current time by coloring. The Yorktown native, now based in Seattle, has co-authored an adult coloring book. I am so sick of white guys. Disgusting. If that's not racist, I don't know what is. Because I guarantee you, if you wrote a coloring book called I'm So Sick of Black Guys, what do you think would happen, folks? What do you think would happen? I read a meme earlier this week that said, to everyone who says there's no such thing as reverse racism, you're correct. It's just racism. And that's absolutely true. It's so disgusting that it's totally fine. Everyone's just, it's the norm now. Oh, white guys. Oh, white men. Oh, white privilege. Shut the hell up. The most privileged people in this country are Indian Americans, then Chinese Americans, then so on and so on, and white people are like 6th on that list. It is an absolute joke, and it is so racist. I'm so sick of white guys. You know what? I'm so sick of real racism. That is what's going on in this country. That's what this coloring book is. Absolutely racist. If it was a coloring book called I'm So Sick of Black Guys, it would be an outlash. If it was a coloring book called I'm So Sick of Chinese Guys, it would be an outlash. If it was a book called I'm So Sick of Mexican Guys, it would be an outlash. Backlash. I mean, outcry. Just, come on, folks. Read between the damn lines. I'm so sick of white guys. That is racist. That is racist against white people. And, you know, it's prejudiced, actually, because there's only one race. It's the human race. And even I get caught up using that stupid, ignorant word racist. It doesn't even really mean anything. Racist is human race. There's only one race. It's the human race. That is our race. We have different breeds like dogs, different, you know, progenitors, you know, different areas we come from. But we're all one race. It's the human race. That's just a fact. And it is absolutely prejudice and discrimination and anti-white, and Martin Luther King would be here standing up for this and saying the same thing I am. It's disgusting, folks. It's disgusting, and you need to stand up for everybody. Hang together or hang separate. I love you, you. It doesn't matter what color you are. I don't give a shit what color you are. I don't give a shit. And shut up about hating white people. It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculously prejudiced, hateful, and negative. And it's called divide and conquer. It's one of the most simple ways that people conquer a group of people. Division. Stop being divided. Let's unify. Who gives a shit what our color is? Who cares? The first step is to stop fucking talking about it. Stop fucking talking about white, black, orange, pink. Who gives a shit? The more words and time and effort and energy you give it, that's what creates division. Okay? Division. Divide, conquer. Divide, conquer. Just wake up, folks. That's the real racism going on right there. Come on, let's unify together. Stop looking at each other's skin and look at the content of their character. Like Martin Luther King said. Okay? That was a great man. I don't say that was a great black man. He was a great man. An American. It doesn't matter what color his skin was. That's why he was incredible. That's why the FBI had a file on him. Because he was a unifier. And everybody out there who says if you it's that other meme that says it's okay to be white, it's okay to be black, and if you have a problem with one of those statements, you are the problem. You are the problem. You are the racist, not me. I want unity. I want Martin Luther King. I want true unity. Stop dividing us and stop trying to conquer us. It's not going to work. Just like Larry Pinckney said, who was one of the original founding members of the Black Panthers. He said, there's no Black Panthers now. There's no new Black Panthers. That's a lie and a deception. The Black Panther Party was started to unify people, and that's why Larry Pinckney had an FBI file on him that said that he was a unifier, and that made him trouble. Let's see if I can pull up that FBI file right here. This is from the freethoughtproject.com. Special report: FBI attacks Black Panther for not being racist. It goes on to say, this is the quote that was in, so Pinckney explains how information contained within his own FBI files retrieved by a FOIA request submitted by William Mandel revealed the agency targeted him due to his ability to rally people of different races. Yes, folks, that's what's dangerous. Unifying. That's what's dangerous to this free country. Unifying people. That's why Larry Pinckney had an FBI file on him. It said, this is what it said, quote, about Larry Pinckney from the Black Panthers. This is a black American man. It says, quote, Pinckney is potentially dangerous due to his demonstrated ability to unify black and white. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, that's what they think is dangerous, folks. Real unity, not division. Oh, they love that. They love racism. The people who are running the world, the real globalists who want to divide us and keep us all infighting with each other, oh, they hate people like Larry Pinckney because he is a unifier. It says Pinckney is potentially dangerous due to his demonstrated ability to unify black and white. His associates are Negro, white, and Chinese. Special attention is being given to neutralizing him. The areas of sex and drugs appear to be the most effective ones to utilize. His habits in these areas are unknown but are being monitored with this objective. Can you believe this, folks? Can you believe this? This was while Martin Luther King was around. Larry Pinckney and Martin Luther King both were being watched by the FBI because they were a threat to unifying white and black people together. Yeah, I mean, Writing on the wall, proof in the pudding, folks. Where's the real racist? Not the people I support, not me. And I am absolutely offended and appalled when anybody tries to, say that, oh, I'm a racist, I'm this, I'm that, because I voted for Trump. Shut the hell up. Shut your mouth. That is absolutely absurd and ridiculous and insulting. I am the least... I don't even need to say it. Pinckney is potentially dangerous due to his demonstrated ability to unify black and white. The file states, his associates are Negro, white, and Chinese. Special attention is being given to neutralizing him. That is what's going on, folks, and that's what they tried to do to Martin Luther King. That's why he was assassinated, because he was unifying white and black, because he said it doesn't matter about the color of your skin, it matters about the content of your character. That is what it's about, folks, the content of your fucking character. So wake the hell up and stop being true racist, okay? Stop dividing this country and unify together. That's what it's about. Unification. Stop worrying about people's color. Listen to MLK. Listen to Larry Pinckney. Listen to true American people. They are good men, not good black men, not good orange men, not good pink men, not good green men. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? Wake the hell up and unify. Stop being divided and manipulated and deceived. It's pathetic. I'm sorry. I get so upset because all I want to do is love everyone and have everyone love each other. And it just upsets me so much that so much energy and time is wasted on these damn discussions that are so meaningless. We just need to stop talking about it. We need to move on with our lives, and we need to be friends and love each other. All people, okay? All human race. We're all in the same fight, okay? This is FoxNews.com. Las Vegas shooting. FBI official says info on motive may take until next October to release. Absolutely absurd. They are just hiding all the information about that. Then we got this one from Infowars.com's Paul Joseph Watson. So it was terrorism. As I covered this yesterday, they were unwilling to say it was radical Islamic terrorism, but here... Of course it was. Of course it was. The religion of peace strikes again. So it was terrorism. Attacker who rammed car into victims upset at mistreatment of Muslims. Oh, mistreatment of Muslims by getting millions of dollars of countries' monies as they milk their people, milk their welfare system, get no jobs, and attack and rape their citizens. Yeah, that's mistreatment. Just shut the hell up. Contradicting initial claims that the man who drove a car into Christmas shoppers in Melbourne yesterday was merely mentally ill, Saeed Nouri told police that his rampage was actually motivated by perceived mistreatment of Muslims. Oh, really? Really? The man also repeatedly invoked Allah. Yeah, that's called radical Islamic terrorism. Radical Islamic terrorism. Radical Islamic terrorism. I'm not afraid to say it because this is Radio Bravery Live and we don't fall to political correctness here. We are correct. That's it. I just bring you the facts, and I don't need to adjust my wording to make it more, acceptable and correct. No, I'm already correct, and I'm already got the facts for you, so I don't need to change the words. Radical Islamic terrorism. 19 people were injured, including a baby who had head injuries after Nouri deliberately drove his vehicle into a crowd of people outside Melbourne's iconic Flinders Street station. Some of the victims are still in critical condition. According to Police Commissioner Shane Patton, 32-year-old Afghan-born man attributed his actions to perceived mistreatment of Muslims and an odd motivation given that Australia provided him with refugee status. Yeah, it is an odd fucking motivation because these people have no regard for any other human life. If you don't agree with them, they want to kill you. That's it. That's what these radical terrorists, radical Muslims believe. If you don't agree with them, they want you dead, and the proof shows it every day in the pudding. The man also repeatedly invoked Allah. Allah, shut up. Nobody cares. And rambled on about ASIO, Australia's domestic spy agency. Blah, blah, blah. Life's losers. You suck. Pathetic. Oh, ISIS just falling, just collapsing every day. And this loser thinks it's awesome to go drive his car through a bunch of innocent people, including babies. Wow, just pathetic. Just pathetic. That's real life's losers right there. Go back to your mommy's basement. This has been Radio Bravery Live. I'm sorry I don't have too much energy to keep going on, but I'll be here tomorrow with another show, and hopefully I'll have a little more energy. But thank you so much for joining me on this live edition of Radio Bravery. Please subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery, facebook.com/RadioBravery. Check out the beta site. It's still in the works. It's going to be transferred over this next year to RadioBravery.com. And that will have all the backup archive links and everything to all the videos. I'll have my own platform on there, so maybe I might not have to go through YouTube. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. That is the future coming of Radio Bravery Live. I'm going to continue to expand. I've got some t-shirts coming. Got the new set. So yeah, we will keep fighting in the face of tyranny and the assault against freedom and free speech. I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. Please, again, subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. I love you very much. I love all of you, every single one of you, every single person, every single American, absolutely. And I'm here for you because I want to empower you with knowledge. Knowledge is power. And I want you to do your own research. Don't trust me. Trust your gut. I'm Justin Belshaw. Subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. And let's go out with a little beautiful Christmas music because it is the holiday season and Eva Cassidy has a beautiful voice. So this is, it's not the presents under my tree. And this is Radio Bravery Live. Again, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas. Find something to be grateful for. Do something nice for someone that's unexpected, and it'll make you feel great. It is a one time when it's okay to be selfish. Do something for someone else selflessly, and you will feel great. Even if you just want to do it to make yourself feel good, it's okay to be selfish that time. So go for it. Do something nice for someone else. Be grateful for what you have, and wish someone else a Merry Christmas this year. Thank you so much. I'm Justin Belshaw. This is Radio Bravery Live. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much.